First off, thank you so much for taking an interest and letting me explain what FindARotation is and how it works. Any thoughts or feedback would be greatly appreciated. This has been a labor of love for several years now, and finally seeing it come to fruition is just extremely exciting. So I'd love to show you around a little bit. First off, we have the homepage here. As a guest, we want to decrease some barriers to entry so guests can actually start searching without needing to log in. However, if they wanted to actually click on a rotation to apply for it, then they would need to register. So we still keep that barrier there for privacy, for protection, and make sure we don't receive a lot of spam, but it also allows students to search the platform and make sure that it's something that'll be useful for them, that we have what they're looking for before going through the whole process of needing to register. So I'm going to click into my accounts here to show you around a little bit. Obviously, still from the guest page, it's going to look the same as logged in, but you can search by location, specialty, by price range, which is very important for students, also by the date when it starts, and the type of rotation. And we're still adding more to these. So as we are approached with different requests, we're constantly trying to update the system to match the requests we receive. So on this one, I am going to sign in, and it's nice that we have these social sign-ins here. So Doximity is one that most physicians and students do have, and if not, then they have LinkedIn. Those are very reputable and make sure that we really receive quality information from the platforms if the user decides to use a single sign-on such as that. So let's sign into this, which I believe is my student account. Yes, this is my student account. And I'll just switch over here real quick to log into my preceptor account, which I believe I use LinkedIn for, and have that going. Now, obviously, the preceptor side is going to be a little bit more important for most of our onboarding aspects. And we try to make it as simple as possible. If you want to add a rotation, you can add as many as you want. You can have them at different clinics and hospitals, for example, if you work at multiple locations, or have them for different price ranges, depending on the type of student. Maybe a pre-med is free, whereas a medical student has to pay. Either way, you can create as many rotations as you wish. Of course, you fill in your personal information, the hospital's information, what type of rotation this is. So again, maybe some students get an inpatient, but a certain clinical site is limited to one or two inpatient rotations, but they can have a few observerships as well because they won't be as hands-on, or pre-meds. Then they can create multiple different rotations for that purpose. Also, for those that are dual, triple boarded, you can add as many specialties as is applicable and set your weekly compensation. We always appreciate preceptors that can share their knowledge and experience for free, but also that doesn't work for everyone. And we'd prefer to have the widest range of available options here so that students can select based on their own individual needs. You can select the different information, expectations, and other descriptions for that particular rotation to give the learner a better grasp of what they will be expecting there. And we do currently have these pre-selected documents that a lot of rotations will require some combination of these. We're going to very soon add the ability for preceptors and clinical sites and hospitals to select their own as well, to upload their own documents. So that's in the works. And of course, creating an image is optional, but some might want to put a picture of their clinical sites or of themselves and add a little bit more personalization to it. If you ever go on, let's say, a secondhand shop or Airbnb, you'll know that you get more clicks when you have better pictures. So we do want that option there. Now, once I've created a rotation, I can manage my rotations. It'll list all of the different ones I have here. I only have one currently, and it'll start off as a draft. So it doesn't go live immediately. It's important to make sure to hit that publish button. And then once you go in here, you can always edit the different information, view it from the side of a student viewing it, and change your availability based on what your availability is. If you're taking a week off, then you might want to make sure that week is not available. If you have the ability to take on 3 students for a particular week or a particular month, then you can go in here, select how many students, and then once those are full, this will automatically disappear from the search results. So no one else can apply for the same time that's already been confirmed and taken. Update there. And that's about it. That's really all you need to do until you receive an application. So let me show real quick from the student side. They also will see their applications just like preceptors see their rotations. So if a student goes in, searches for rotation, let's see if I can find my own here. One moment. I have it here. So this is my test hospital. Now, as a student, I can go in and check the description. I didn't put anything in as a preceptor, but I could see which dates are available so I know what I can apply for, and see which documents I need to upload. And that just gets rid of all of that unnecessary manual documentation. We can do pretty much everything digitally. We can make copies, e-signatures, and we're implementing a few other features in the near future to make it even quicker than just that. Let's apply. I want to select all dates. So it's going to charge me that $250 per week for all 3 weeks. All the rotations here are in weekly segments at the moment. That might change later. And we go and let's just select a few random documents here. Okay, now that I've uploaded documents to each one, you'll see the X there so you can delete it and ran into a tiny bug there, but not to worry. I have reported that to the team to start working on and figuring out what happened there. As a preceptor, really the only other thing you'll need to worry about is the messaging system. So once a student has submitted an application and you've accepted it, which you can reject or accept, your applications will be here and the status of them, and then any messaging that happens between them. So for example, this is messaging from a previous rotation that I no longer have available, so I can't show you on the preceptor side, but the student can request more information or just find out more details about the rotation, the location, the expectations, anything that hadn't previously been added. And the preceptor can respond here without needing to give out any personal information. So that is the broad overview. Of course, as early adopters, we are constantly finding new ways to do things, breaking things, fixing things, but it's really fun. And I hope that this has been informative. And if you have any feedback, please let me know. Try it out. You don't need to post the rotation live. You can save it as a draft, but the experience there and any feedback on how to make it better, easier is greatly appreciated.